With Avengers Endgame being the official title for the fourth Avengers film, many people are looking back at Infinity War and that was the first one that actually said it. But as people have pointed out in the last couple hours, really, and specifically ever since the trailer released, this was actually not the case, as Tony Stark was the first one to say it before Doctor Strange ever did. So if you guys have been following along, obviously all the Avengers movies carry through a narrative, right? And everything kind of's got to carry from one to the other, so if you missed some of the movies in between, you can still kind of keep up. Naturally, Civil War is sort of clumped in with these, because that was more or less an Avengers film, you know, but it was Captain America's movie. So with that in mind, if we go all the way back to Avengers Age of Ultron, when Scarlet Witch goes out there and she goes rampant on everybody's brain, Tony Stark starts to have some visions of the future where everything is over. And this is the first time, actually, when he's talking to the team, specifically that he uses the word endgame, and he says, this is the endgame, you know, referencing to what's kind of coming, and this is sort of where we see the Tony Stark of today kind of form because of seeing what his deepest, darkest fears are and what might be happening. So obviously they used endgame in Avengers Age of Ultron, they used Endgame in Avengers Infinity War, thus people are connecting the dots saying, okay, so they've been planning this for a while. Now, while that might be true, and maybe this was something that was kind of figured out, honestly, Age of Ultron was not a Russo brothers movie. This was a movie that was made by Joss Whedon, before the Russo brothers were ever a part of it. So whether they kind of enjoy this or they knew what the title was going to be, I don't know. I don't think that's true, because if you think of it, when Age of Ultron was coming out, when Russo's brothers weren't even there, it was still Infinity War Part 1 and Part 2. So maybe this is just by chance, or maybe this is something that they wanted to put in there subliminally and they were going to use it at some point down the road to have a bigger effect on the universe, which could very well be it. But honestly, it's a good working title. It works. It's a great title and they've mentioned it twice, so use it to your advantage, because now when people watch Age of Ultron, they'll probably pick up on them and be like, oh, that's what they meant. Even though if it's not directly, it adds a little bit more depth to it.